Hey friend, can you hear me?
What's going on, Oz, man?
What's going on, man?
How's it going?
It's going great. How about yourself? How you doing today?
Trying to stay productive, get this stuff rolling.
Trying to stay productive. What's going on? What's been happening? Tell me.
Um, I got a deal right now. We're trying to fund $8,000 in commission.
Okay, wow.
Then I may have a possible another working capital one. Restaurant doing 100,000 a month, so that's gonna be a good one too.
That's a big restaurant. 200K a month. Wow.
Yeah, so definitely trying to put in the footwork before this month closes.
Yeah, I still have plenty of days. That's awesome. So tell me more about what has been going on, what you have been doing. So I want to understand the backstory.
Um, so a little bit about me, man. I came from the credit repair space.
Ah.
I actually had some, troubles as far as, bad decisions in life.
Mm-hmm.
During the pandemic, I actually had to get my shit together. I was a
Yeah.
photographer, actually. I went to school for graphic design. I do nothing of that now. Um, During the pandemic, I had to realize I had to get my credit together. And that's kind of when I got into the financial literacy space. And just as far as inflation and seeing how, funding was more essential. Have you ever heard of InvestFest?
InvestFest? No.
Okay.
Tell
So
me though, what is it?
it's one of like the biggest events in Atlanta, hosted by EYL. They have all these type of events, vendors. So there was like how to wholesale, how to start a successful drug test center. And the one thing that popped out to me was how to be a loan broker with no license.
Ah, interesting.
And I just did my research from August to October, and I looked into like David Allen Capital,
Mm-hmm.
something from Shark Tank, and then I came across BOB.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you know how people always have to at least purchase one thing from you before they actually make a serious purchase. So I think I found like the school course, and I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna just pull the damn trigger. Um, and I actually end up just giving a friend an opportunity, so we both joined in.
Yeah.
And within the first 30 days, I did a cash out refinance. My commission exactly was 2,100, so the money was made.
Wow.
But after that, it's just kind of been more consistency. I was kind of like off and on just because I couldn't really get out of the financial space
Yeah.
how I wanted to because I'm still that credit guy and this and that. So now I've been taking it like full pledge and really just trying to build a business. I really feel like this is a good opportunity. A lot of people don't know that you can actually make this type of money. Like right now, I'm at the library. Like I've made this type of money at the library right now. So
You're the loud guy in the library.
so just being able to, kind of move around and
Yeah.
offer these solutions to people, just because, everybody thinks that, recession, inflation. So even how him 500 talks about recession proof, like this
Mhm.
business is legit recession proof. A 9 to 5 is still good, but making more money than that is just an awesome opportunity
Yeah, I
right
mean,
now.
there's no reason to demonize 9 to 5, right? So you got into the credit industry because you might have messed up your credit, similar to how I learned about credit because I effed it up. You're like, oh, this is kind of important. Then you want to go figure out how to do that. As you're doing this, then you notice that, oh, I got to know about money. Like I'm financially literate, and my story. My father filed bankruptcy because he failed on his small business. It was mostly on the decisions that he made, not so much the business itself. It's a lack of knowing what he needed to do. It kind of caught up over time. Then it took the business away from him and then bankruptcy, right? It's an experience no one wants to go through. But it is, when you don't know what you don't know, that's a problem. And to your point, it's very important. Yeah, you can see this as an opportunity to make a lot of money from a library, from home, wherever. But I think it's very important to know the options. Many people go after business opportunities, they're not even really business opportunities, right? So they're packaged as business opportunities. This is an actual business. You're dealing with actual business owners. Like you said in the beginning, you have a restaurant who does $100,000 a month. That's a legitimate restaurant, right? That's an actual business, and you work with them to get them access to funding, and you did another one that paid $8,000. I think that's the beauty of this. If you enjoy working with businesses and solving problems, including your own problem, I think entrepreneurship, especially this business, is amazing. Doesn't mean that this is the only amazing business, but I've tried a few others like Amazon shipping business and stuff like that. It just gets it beats you down fast. Like you got to keep chasing after products and the profit margins are low. With this, like you made 8,000. How much did it cost you to make 8,000?
It was a referral, so nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. And since you've done well by that person, it's going to be more referral, right? Sometimes it costs more. Let's say you're running ads. It could be 100K, 100, I'm sorry, $100, $500, whatever. But the ROI is usually 6X to 10X and more. In referrals is a lot more. If you in the future, you can choose to pay your referrals, right? Like give them for bringing them the money because you have the margins. That's the beauty of this. So how many deals have you funded so far?
Since I've started, I know I'm over 40 plus,
40 plus?
40 plus since 2022. A lot of it has been with like Rick,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and just kind of the stuff as well. I mean, once you kind of bridge down to that niche, like I've done commercial real estate,
Mm,
lines of credit. So I kind of developed those niches as well.
yeah.
But I'm definitely trying to hit that 100 deal mark. I'm also trying to see if Rick can do something for me if I get a million and 0% interest funding. I'm halfway there. Um, but I really feel like something I know you said earlier, just to kind of explain what's working and what's not working. What I figure out to what works is kind of once you bridge the gap of knowing, broker to consultant.
Mm,
So just as far as consulting with these people versus, just
trying to
making a
sell
single,
them.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that once you understand that concept, it
Yeah.
makes it a lot more easier, and you build a stronger relationship, in my opinion.
So tell me more about that for people who might not know what you mean there. Instead of becoming a broker, a salesperson, becoming a consultant, how is that different?
So as far as, a broker, you're just trying to sell this person a product or just get them access to money versus a consultant, you're actually consulting to them as far as what that return is going to be, what benefits their business as far as that, and how I can help the business owner. So basically sitting down and get to know them as well, because usually once you do right by people, they come back to you. So just kind of understanding that they're not, a sell. This is a
Mm-hmm.
long-term client. This is someone that's going to come back to you when they need you again, versus someone that's bought the product and they might get it again if they want to.
Mm-hmm. And they know that they have a consultant on their side, not just a sales guy or girl, right? That's a
Yes.
huge, huge difference. If you look at this from a transaction perspective, you can still make a lot of money, but it gets to a point that over time you might not want to try to find new clients or chase clients. So you want them to come to you. This is one of the easiest businesses to do that, like for people to come back to you. But the key is you, how you treat them, right? If you treat them as dollar signs, you're easily disposable. They can find another person who can close them and give them better option. People don't even know the possibilities in this industry, not only from the broker's perspective, like how much money you can make, from also the business owner's perspective. I bet the restaurant that you're dealing with, they didn't even know all the options that we have as alternative lenders and alternative funding companies, right? So being a consultant, you can educate them, but by caring about what they're trying to accomplish, you don't need to know sales at a super deep level. It's like, do I care about this person? Do I really want to help him? Then understand their situation. What are you going to do with the money? How soon do you need it? What happens if you don't get it? Will you help me help you get the capital if you work together, type of thing? And have them explain, because people like to talk about their business. People like to talk about what they have going on, which is usually problems, right? So they have, this person has a problem probably, and they need a solution. If you listen to them carefully, they show you, pretty much explain to you how you would close them in the classic sense, but there's really no hard closing needed once you become a resource to them. Perfect. So let's talk about your experience at BLB. What are some of the opportunities that you see that we have in your mind that we don't see? Maybe some improvements and some things that you don't think is working that well, if any. You can be 100% transparent. Like, you're not going to break my heart. Just
um, I mean, I really love the community. I mean, I'm definitely trying to get as more knowledgeable and be as useful as I can. But even how you have like Cheryl in the community, Daniel,
yeah.
Doug, uh, and those people aren't really out to, they're really out to help you. So just having that community is one. It's a growing community, and these are people that can, help you grow also as well. The training calls are good. I feel like the only thing is everybody's in a different time zone, so that throws me off completely. But as far as that, I mean, the mentorship, even as far as being able to get everything rolling, I feel like this is perfect opportunity. I have nothing bad to say.
Awesome. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for that feedback. Yeah, we're working on restructuring the trainings and trying to make them on very specific topics because I think we have enough Q&A calls already for people who just want to ask some questions. That's good feedback. Yeah, dude, anything I can do to help you?
I need one of those what is it, the dongs?
Oh, gongs. Yes, you do. You certainly do. Okay. I'll make that
Uh
happen.
I need one of those so I can keep it. It's gonna be some content created with that.
No problem.
Um,
Yeah.
but just as far as that, I mean, the opportunity is great. Just understanding that, and one thing that kind of like, I wouldn't say it made me pivot, but something that kind of got people more interested in what I was doing is they know my story. They kind of knew my
Mhm.
background. They knew where I came from. I was in the credit space, and then some people are wondering, like, how am I able to do commercial real estate deals? Or, I don't need to be licensed to do any of this. Or if we do, there's licensed lenders and licensed banks that can
Yes,
make it happen.
exactly.
So even that opportunity as well, just to, to be able to invest in yourself with a high skill that can actually generate you a large amount of money is great.
You nailed it. I mean, I think we're living in the age of investing in your own skill set, right? Once you learn this, you started out as learning about the credit. It brings you a certain amount of income, but you're going to get stuck at a certain point. But then as you invest into becoming a business loan broker and develop that skill set, it can take you to millions of dollars. It's, I mean, I'm a personal testament to that. And we have other people in our community. But dude, yeah, love what you're doing. Now you have access to like my personal email. Anything you need, just don't hesitate to reach out to me. You're doing awesome. You're a very important part of our community. You've been helping people get access to capital, funding, and credit, and you're doing an amazing job. I fully support your journey, and we're here for you if you need anything. All right, brother. Anything else? We're good.
Yeah, we're good, man. Definitely look forward to. Oh, something else, man. I'm in the Midwest region, so if you ever can come to Chicago, Wisconsin, let's make it happen, man. Even
Okay.
Michigan, I'll come that way.
Yeah, we're going upstate New York in August. We're gonna do West Coast in probably October or November. So one of those, but that's not a bad idea at all. Yeah. Are you
Okay,
coming to the Utah event?
won't be at that one, but I'm gonna try to make it to the next one.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, that's one of the best opportunities, honestly, especially it's more for you guys to make friends with the lenders and have internal contacts to push your deals through. Honestly, it's important, like for you to know Rick personally and other people too, right? Just whenever you can, just make a point to attend any one of them. You won't regret it. The information alone is good, but personally, just get to know people within these companies.
Okay, yeah, and I've heard those connections are, what I'm saying, they're
Especially in alternative
irreplaceable.
lending industry. Like, it's all a lot of connection business. All right, brother. Love what you do. Take care.
All right, you too, Oz.
Bye bye.